We're going to move on to KCAL 9's Adriana Weingold, who is live outside the store in Silver Lake with the latest. And Adriana, is it still a pretty tense situation out there?
You know, the atmosphere has changed completely since the suspect came out in handcuffs. I'm still a little shaken from hearing from Lynn. You know, she's a friend of all of ours, and to hear her account of what happened inside is certainly quite different than hearing from officials. But this all came to an end at around 6:30 in the evening. The suspect came out with handcuffs on. We're told by hostage negotiators that he put those handcuffs on himself. Take a look behind me. You can see still a very active scene out here. You can see many of the people who had been held hostage out here at the church a couple blocks from Trader Joe's. Now, this all started when the suspect shot his grandma 7 times, then shot another woman and kidnapped her in his grandma's car. Police followed the car using LoJack, and they caught up with them in Hollywood. The suspect shot out the back window at police. He crashed outside the Trader Joe's and got into a gun battle with police, and during the gun battle, that is when one woman was shot and killed. The suspect went into the market and held between 40 and 50 people hostage. The chief of police, Michael Moore, as well as Mayor Eric Garcetti, held a news conference earlier. Take a listen.
There was a shooting on 32nd Street in the Newton area of South Los Angeles. It involved this individual, this male, black. He is approximately 28 years of age, and he shot his grandmother multiple times. In the course of that attack, a young woman was also injured, and he forcibly took her from that residence and drug her to a vehicle and then left the scene. Our ability to identify him and also the vehicle that was stolen allowed us, using LoJack technology, to locate that vehicle in the Hollywood area. Uniformed officers from Hollywood Patrol attempted to stop that vehicle, and a pursuit ensued. During the course of that pursuit, the gunman inside the suspect fired on our officers multiple times, and ultimately, as the mayor indicated, crashed here, or his vehicle stopped here at the Trader Joe's business here on Hyperion. At that point, and there's this crime scene extends well beyond the Trader Joe's itself. There are shell casings, we believe, from the suspect's weapon in the middle of the street. But as the suspect exited the vehicle there, an additional gun battle ensued between the officers and the suspect. The suspect did suffer, as the mayor indicated, an injury to his left arm, and he went into the store. Inside the store, a young woman was shot and killed. Our officers rescued that woman from inside and attempted to render aid with the assistance of LA Fire, and unfortunately were unable to revive her. Her identity has not yet been confirmed, and so we are not going to be able to provide you any further information about her. Once inside the store, the gunman, still armed with a handgun, took numerous victims of citizens as well as store employees hostage and held them against their will. Over the next 3 hours, efforts by the Los Angeles Police Department, the Los Angeles SWAT, members of D-Team, as well as Metropolitan officers, were able to rescue a number of the customers and store employees from other entry points into that store. Additionally, the gunman released a number of hostages as well, and continued in his remarks with us. And through our crisis negotiation team of SWAT, involving a psychologist as well as our tactical members, that dialogue resulted in ultimately him handcuffing himself and coming outside and surrendering to SWAT officers approximately 3 hours after this horrific ordeal began.
And many people were able to escape during the hostage negotiations. Some climbed out of windows. Others were released by the suspect. One woman we spoke with, Michaela Wilson, was just about to go into her car when the suspect crashed and ran into the store shooting. She was understandably terrified, caught in the middle of it all. Take a listen.
I can't even tell you exactly what happened. I was leaving the market. I was putting my groceries in the car when I saw about 5 police officers speeding up the street. And then as soon as I turned around, then the suspect was swerving down the street and ran into hit the curb and then went into the Trader Joe's where then it looked like he just held everyone hostage. I know me and a couple other people in the parking lot were in our cars for a good at least 30 minutes in our cars held hostage. There were people, workers climbing out of the windows from the Trader Joe's trying to get to safety. And then from then on, they just had everyone trying to get out of the parking lot to safety, and now still waiting here for, I guess they said that I did hear at least 3 or 4 gunshots when the suspect first got out of the car, but after that, I did not hear any other fire.
One of the many stories we've heard from people just overcome by fear, shopping with their families, children held hostage inside the store. We spoke with Mayor Garcetti, who lived in Silver Lake for many, many years. This was his local Trader Joe's. He was here during the negotiations and says it hit too close to home for him. He became emotional talking about it. Take a listen.
I think, like many parents out there, it was difficult to keep things together watching small children come out of windows. On the second floor who were hiding. The good news was, because of LAPD and the heroism of the hostage negotiator, hostages were being released, and there was a steady stream of that while other officers went to those folks who were hiding on the second floor in storerooms and helped them get out. So, you know, we are very lucky to have this police department, this fire department. Nobody's ever perfect, but they're extraordinary individuals, and the bravery they showed today, the tactical prowess that they showed, and just the humanity was pretty breathtaking.
Again, this all ended at around 6:30 this evening. The suspect surrendered to police. Police say this will be an active investigation for at least 12 to 14 hours.